Thank you, Mr. Fascione. Well, boys and girls, you may or may not have noticed something different happening today, and that is that your teachers are all dressed up like superheroes. Well, the reason for that is because it's March's Reading Month now, and we are celebrating Reading Month. Our theme is superheroes, or reading gives you superpowers, okay? So we have a couple of exciting events planned for the month. A couple that I want to talk to you about. The first one is Literacy Night, which is coming up. It's Tuesday, March 24th, and it's from 6 to 8 p.m. And if you've been to Literacy Night before, it's all kinds of fun. We have all kinds of different literacy reading activities planned for you. And so there are prizes, and we will have dinner that night, and we will have a storyteller and all kinds of fun things for you to do. So we hope that you can come that night. It's March 24th, and we will remind you about that as that comes up, okay? And the last thing that I want to tell you about, you've probably seen these come home, okay? And it's a blank calendar for March. And on the opposite side is a whole bunch of different activities that you can do throughout the month. And you can write them in as you do them anywhere on the calendar, okay? So, for instance, one is read to a pet. If you read to a pet, then you can write that in your calendar as you do it. And then at the end of the month, you're going to turn this into your teacher. And if you have a parent signature and at least 20 boxes filled in or events written down, then you are going to be invited to a special reading celebration, okay? And we'll give you more details about that as that comes up, okay? And without further ado, I'm going to turn things back to Mr. Fascione, who is going to share a very special story with you.
All right, what better way to kick off Reading Month than to have a special story? It's a pretty funny story. I don't know if any of you guys, well, I know if you're in Miss Page's class, you've heard this story. But this is the story of Grandpa's teeth. How many of you guys have ever heard of this story before? Okay. So, listen up, this is going to be a nice little kickoff, little story here of Grandpa's teeth. All right, you guys ready? All right. Help! I've been robbed, we heard Grandpa shouting. It's the day after. Come quickly. He was still shouting as Mom, Agatha, and I ran up the stairs. I have to turn the page, I can't do both at once. Grandpa's room was a mess, but to be honest, But to be honest, it was always a mess. He blamed Gump, his old dog, but Gump looked too old to me to make much of a mess. What was taken, gasped Mom. Your VCR? Those were things that played movies when we were kids. Sorry, that was a little aside. Your television? Not your gold-plated golfing trophy. No, said Grandpa. It's much more serious. It's my teeth. They've been stolen. Grandpa normally kept his teeth in a glass of water by the bed. The glass was still there, but the teeth were missing. You haven't swallowed them by mistake, have you? Asked Mom. Of course not, replied Grandpa. Those teeth were special, handmade, but took Grandpa to the amusement park. It was a disaster. He took one look at the entrance, which was a big smiley face, and burst into tears. How are we doing over there, Miss Naglick?
We're doing good.
You ready? All right. Everyone watched Unsolved Crimes, but no one ever called Officer Rate. And the crime remained unsolved. So how do you think this story's going to end? Do you think they're ever going to find him? What's that? What do you think's going to happen? Not if you know it, but if you don't know it. You haven't read it, huh? You think it's the dog? He never smiles. Huh. Wait, where'd my story go? What's going on? No, that's my book, but someone's changed my... here? I thought we were